Nice jam, man! Nice jammings! Hello, welcome to Guitar Paradiso. I am Pete.
And I'm Mick. Hello.
Andertons TV coming at you. What do we look at these things?
Look at these things.
Look at these things. You definitely recognise probably that one more than this one.
Yes, thanks to our friend James Bay.
Exactly.
It's not a James Bay signature model.
It is not a James Bay signature model.
But it does look a lot like the guitar that James Bay plays. He of massive chart fame and worldwide success. So hello to James if you're watching, and everyone in the band. Jack, of course, Jerry, Tom. Have I mentioned everyone? Tom plays bass, Jerry plays drums, Jack plays keys and guitar, James and Andy Cortez.
Andy, the
so
other guitar player.
Guys.
Hello guys, how's it going?
So yeah, this is not a James Bay signature model.
No, it's not. But it's the one he's got an original 66, is it? The one he's got, the red one?
I think so. I think he's got a 66, which is a red one, and a 67, which is
okay, all right,
that colour one.
Yeah. So, and if you go back, there was the Captain Meets James Bay, where we went in to see him in the Apollo in Hammersmith Apollo, and where he sort of talked through his guitars and had a little jam out on this guitar, so you can go and hear what it sounds like. But so these are new for Epiphone, and we've had some in, and they're gone really quick out the door because they're very, very popular guitars. And it's, am I right in saying when it's the oldest, like the century, which it is? It's one of the oldest guitars in the catalogue of Epiphone, I believe.
So yeah, you can read a good history of Epiphone guitars on the Epiphone website, and obviously on other online sources. Wikipedia's pretty good.
Wikipedia is always the one to trust.
But so Epiphone was an independent guitar company long before it had anything to do with Gibson. In fact, they were rivals at one point. Gibson bought Epiphone, I believe, in the late 50s, and set about making the Epiphone that you know today. But so, as Pete alluded, the name Century goes back a long way.
Yeah.
Epiphone, not entirely.
1873, I believe. It's that old. So it's one of the.
Yeah, the company goes back into the 1800s.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Greece, wasn't it?
By the time we get to this mid 60s, Gibson has acquired Epiphone. What's going on, obviously, in pop music at that time is the Beatles have come along.
Yeah.
Epiphone developed guitars like, Gibson developed the thin line hollow bodies that you know, so the 335 and also the hollow ones, 330. Epiphone, mid-60s, Casino comes out, so we're seeing thin line hollow body guitars.
Yeah.
and of which this was one.
Yeah.
So the lineage to something like it's a bit like a classic old school hollow body archtop.
But that's what it is, isn't it? And that's where the century, because there is Epiphone has brought another guitar out recently, the Master Build. So the Epiphone Master Build, Century Master Build, when that's the archtop with the F holes but with no pickups in it. But they came from that sort of big band time when, and of course now there's a pickup in it, but like an internal under saddle thing. And this is then put in for more oomph. You might say, to get some more sound out of it. So and it's a bigger body. This is a slimmer body, sort of a hybrid, isn't it? Between kind of.
It is. It's an interesting evolutionary.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Stopping point.
Yeah.
Given that you've got the one pickup at the neck here, because obviously rock and roll would probably require a bridge pickup. There were 2 pickup Centuries. James has got one.
Yeah.
In fact, I think his
with a silver cover on there.
Yeah, silver P90s.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway. Lest we dig ourselves too deep into a historical hole, but that's basically it. Gibson acquires Epiphone. Gibson is developing thin line hollow bodies, and thus
these appear in 1966 apparently, because that is kind of what it's called.
I didn't want to say that, but I think you might be right.
Called, because this one is on the website as a Century 1966 inspired. I think
the other thing is, of course, is they were changing all the time, so different headstocks, different numbers of pickups.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
One
James
pickup,
Bay plays one.
Laminated maple, hollow body.
Yeah.
Is that pinned, do we think? Nope.
It's not.
So it's a floating bridge.
It's a floating bridge.
Trapeze tailpiece, volume tone, single P90.
Yeah. F-holes. It's the 9 P90. It's the Epiphone Pro P90 Pro, so it's the new one they've developed.
Does that mean noiseless, do you think? Nope.
No, you get a bit of that with a...
I just wondered why they called it Pro.
Yeah, Pro. So apart from the laminated maple, it's a mahogany neck.
Fully hollow.
Fully hollow.
If we haven't already said that.
Yeah, I think we did, yeah. And ebony fingerboard. Yeah. It's I think this guitar is kind of it lends itself to a certain way of playing, doesn't it?
Come on then.
Let's play it.
Let's hear
So if you can hear now, this is turned down here. On my lapel mic, this is what it sounds like. So there's a lot of... It's very loud in the room, just like that. So I'll turn it up. I got it into the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. Volume, tone. Roll the tone back. So that it's very simple, isn't it?
It's so interesting because it's definitely got some thin line hollow body, as you would imagine.
Yeah.
But it's also got a bit of archtop to it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of got that sort of almost like thuddy attack and not much sustain compared to a solid body.
Yeah, and it's kind of a compressed sound as well, isn't it? It kind of gets very compressed. It's funny how it actually compresses, and I don't have any compressor on at all, but it kind of seems to me like it got that sort of... Something like that, whatever.
You rolled the volume down there.
I did take the volume down a bit.
the reason I think that's interesting is because P90s just do this thing. When you turn the volume down, they just seem to get a presence.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more presence.
And it does it really well with these guitars.
Yeah.
So in a way, it brings out that sort of more acoustic quality of the guitar. That, in a nutshell, Pierre, is what I really like about these guitars.
Yeah.
So often you hear people say, "Oh, can't we have something different?" You know, because it's just blooming Strats and Tellys and Les Pauls and everything's the same.
Yeah.
And quite often that definition of different will go to a different brand name.
Yeah.
So it will go, oh, it's different because there's a different, you know, it's still an older body, a maple neck, 3 single coils and a vibrato. And in some way that's different.
Yeah.
This is different.
This is different.
Because it's not
a
Strat or a Telly.
Exactly, and it's not a 335.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just something different, and it feels different, and you play it a different way. And you know what? It looks great, and at the moment, 2016 September, it's £499.
Okay, that is good.
You know what I mean? That value for money wise, if you want something different in your guitar collection, looking for something to do sessions on, or just take out and have it, you know.
Or in my case, sit at home and play.
Yeah, but listen, you can play. You can play it like you don't have to plug it in, and it's very easy to play. We literally just taken these out of the box. Still got the guaranteed hang tags on here, where it actually reads the Epi Paulo. That's the founder. Anyway, it says loads of stuff on here. It's a great name. It's a great name.
Wound third. So good for your jazz chords.
It's good for your jazz chords.
That's one thing James says, actually, James Bay. One thing he says about the guitar, that wound third, it gives it a whole different vibe. Especially when you stick some drive on and start playing.
It's like an acoustic guitar, really, isn't it? That's what it is.
Let's hear some dirt.
Okay, let's hear some dirt. So I've got a Mod Honey on the floor there, Mod Honey 2. Oh, you want to play that, don't you? What was it? That's such a great sound. What a great sound that is.
Skanky, loose, middly. It's got so much character. Yeah. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me just get a little bit more gain on this. See what happens.
So you like that?
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that because it's not like a Strat, it's not like a Telecaster, it's not like a 335, and it's not like a Les Paul. And it's not even like a guitar with a P90 in it. It's not like, you know, we did the Reverend guitars and they've got a P90 in the front.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's just not like that. And it's not like a 335 with with P90s in it, or
Well,
345.
Let's do that in a second.
Yeah.
You were about to step on some more gain, I
Yeah, I was
believe.
just gonna see what happens here. Yay! It's been a bit of one of those days today where it's just been, oh man, and this is great. Thank you.
That and that sounds great. This and that is pushing it a bit too much in the bottom end, and it's flubbing out a bit. But that where you can retain the treble,
it's good. I really like this. I mean, for £499, this is not on a deal or anything. I mean, this is not on a deal. This is not a deal video. This is not an epic deal video. This is just Century guitars. So I understand why James Bay using it. And you know what? This one here looks the neck. Look at the neck here.
Nice bit of flame on it.
Nice bit of flame on that neck, man. And it goes dark down here. It looks great. I mean, for that amount of money, beautiful. So, what?
Calm down, mate.
I'm getting excited about these things.
Blowing off steam. Right, so let's answer the question.
Okay.
How does it differ from this?
Yeah.
So you play.
Yeah.
And we'll just swap the guitars
just
over.
Clean. You think you're like gripping?
I was gripping his knob.
What should I play? Something that lends you to that guitar.
Just play some chords.
Just play chords. Swapping's over. So this is my 335, 2005 standard guy here. Of course you get that you can't do. There's more punch in here, isn't there? There's more.
Yeah, go on. Just play some more on the front pickup there.
On this one here,
Yeah.
or that back one?
Because it's not really fair to compare.
With the heel. Interesting. It's definitely more acoustic.
Definitely.
Like much more acoustic. When that's much more electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of, for me anyway, justifies its whole existence because it is something genuinely different.
Yeah.
And if you want that kind of semi, if you want a semi, if you want a semi-acoustic that's different from a centre blocked 335 style guitar, and in fact quite different from a Casino as well.
Yeah, because that would be more like the 335, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure that the no cutaways and everything just increases that whole acoustic guitar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like thing even further.
Absolutely, a guitar that I could easily have as something that you can use for a lot of other things and just. But you know what I mean, though. It's like.
Yeah.
I've said it before. It's like you can't build a kitchen with one hammer. You know, you can't. It's just not possible. You have to have this little big one. Anyway.
Yeah.
You have to have more tools than
But it
one.
does that. It definitely has ignited that in you, where you've gone. Actually, I just, for whatever reason that I can't quite explain, I'd quite like to own this guitar.
Well, there's not much else to say about these, other than their guitar's a cool guitar, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a very cool guitar.
If you want to hear James play, because none of us can really play that sort of stuff, and play it authentically, because he's got loads of effects on it.
That's it, isn't it?
And on that bombshell, but you can hear it's that raspiness in the tone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can hear the swing on me. You can hear the string here.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play that song, James. I'm really sorry. That sort of sound, you know.
Craving is the song that made me think of that. There's a song called Craving where he plays the same kind of third intervals.
Yeah, it's a big thing actually. That whole sort of those interval thing.
And that when you were playing that sounded much more like Craving.
Because it's kind of that sort of. Hear the string bust a little bit, and then you get that on. Man!
That sounds really, really cool.
Yeah.
With apologies for playing all the James Bay stuff wrong. But
sorry, James, if you're watching.
It's a cool sound.
But it's a really, really cool sound. So you can rock out on this guitar, no problem at all as well. Great. So anyway, that was the really, really cool Epiphone.
Inspired by 1966 Century.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's the one. And on that bombshell, I was Pete.
I was Mick.
And we will see you next time.
Wow.
Bye.
Cheerio.